Hello, I'm Dr. Che and you are watching my YouTube channel. In this video, we will talk about contraction, apostrophe, use of apostrophe and contraction. As you know, this is advanced English grammar course, and in this course there are more than 27 common and important grammar topics, and we are at topic number 6, contraction and use of apostrophe. So open playlist of my channel and watch complete course in order. Link is given below in the description box. Please subscribe, like, comment to encourage me. Look at the description box for link for updates and link to my Facebook groups. Share with other students to help them, and subscribe and press bell icon to get more video courses on vocabulary, grammar, writing, speaking, listening and reading also. What is an apostrophe? It is a punctuation mark, something like that, not in this way. It is like this way. It is a punctuation mark. It has three main functions. Number one, to use used for contractions. Number two, to make plurals, and number three is to make possessives. So let us look at first use, contractions. A contraction is a shortened form of a word, a short form of a word. We use contractions to omit certain words or sounds. Haven't, instead of saying have not, haven't. Instead of saying has not, we say hasn't. Instead of using is not, we say isn't. Instead of using cannot, we use can't. Instead of using should not, we use shouldn't. And sometimes in listening to confuse the students, they use contractions. And students don't, if a student don't know contraction, he will consider that it is another word, so he cannot recognize the word properly. When we use contractions, we can use contractions in spoken or in formal English, but in formal writing we should avoid using contractions. For example, in essay writings or reports, we shouldn't use contractions because they are formal writings. These are formal writings. Essay or reports are formal writings. We cannot use them contraction there. We can only use them in semi-formal or informal letters, or any informal language, spoken or written. In spoken we can use contractions. Importance of contractions: we should know them thoroughly because they are used in reading and listening also. If we don't know them in detail, they they might confuse us in understanding the meaning of sentences. Common contractions are not, we put n apostrophe and t, not, haven't, hasn't, isn't, can't, shouldn't. These are contractions with not. And with r we use put apostrophe. We put apostrophe in this way, not in this way, in this way, this way. Or we say you are, they are. And is, we only use apostrophe and s. He, his, she is. Instead of she is, he is, his, she is. Common contractions, and the next I will, I'll, you'll, they'll. D, D can is tricky. D is tricky. It can be had or it can be would. You should recognize it reading the complete sentence. Heard, he would or he had, dared. I am, I am. Instead of saying I am, I'm a doctor, I'm a doctor, I'm a doctor. So instead of saying I am a doctor, I'm doctor. You can see this is the difference. If you use contractions in your spoken English, this will improve your score, this will boost your score, but don't overuse them. Let's instead of using let us, let's let us. Common contractions next is want. This is very tricky. There's a different, and this is an exception. Want is will not, want, will not. Remember this one, this is different from others. Cannot, can't is equal to cannot. We don't use separate can and not. I cannot go to school. We don't use this can and not separate. We can say I can't, or I cannot. I can't, or I cannot go to school. In formal writing, we can use o'clock, 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. This is a formal we can use. Use of apostrophe to make plurals. Usually we don't use apostrophe to make plurals. Sometimes some students make this mistake and use apostrophe to make plurals. There are a few exceptions where we use apostrophe to make plurals. Apostrophe to make plurals. It is used with certain words to avoid confusion of misreading. For example, he received 2 A's and 2 B's in his OET exam. OET is occupational English test. It is for doctors, nurses, and it's for medical professionals. OET exam. I will also open a new channel for OET exam preparation. He received 2 A's and 2 B's in his OET exam. Instead of giving bands, they use A, B, C, and D grades in each. A is in listening, B in listening, speaking, writing, and listening and reading. With some abbreviations, we use apostrophe. For example, the company hired some MDs. Apostrophe to make plurals. We don't use apostrophe with plural forms of most abbreviations. For example, CDs, TVs, 90s, 1990s, PhDs, etc. So we don't use here. Some students make mistake, they put CD and then put apostrophe and then S. This is wrong. CDs, TVs, 1990s, PhDs. With most abbreviations, we don't use apostrophe. Apostrophe to make plurals. To make possessives, to make possessive of a singular noun, we add apostrophe plus S. My younger son's teacher, this is a singular, my younger son's teacher is good at English. Talking about only one son. My younger son's teacher, only one. This is singular. So if it is singular, we put apostrophe and then S to make possessive. And to make possessive of most plural nouns, we only add apostrophe, not S. For example, it is already a plural, SONS, and then we want to make it possessive, we only use apostrophe. We don't put an extra S. My both sons teachers are good at English. Talking about 2 sons teacher. About plural and then possessive, we use only after S, we only use apostrophe. If a plural doesn't end with S, then what we should do? If a plural doesn't end with S, we add apostrophe plus S to make possessive. His children's teachers are good at English. His children's teacher, apostrophe S, are good at English. Apostrophe and possessive pronouns. We don't use apostrophe with possessive pronouns. For example, yours, ours, theirs, its. We don't use apostrophe with possessive pronouns. It is not, it was not yours mistake. Not, we don't use with possessive apostrophe. Yes, it was not yours mistake. The book has its own hardcover. We use it or its or its. Remember the difference between it is possessive, and its is contraction of it is or it has. A vehicle is not good without its comfortable seats. It's now it is used it is or it has. In this situation, it is good idea to learn grammar before writing essays. Possession of things. To show possession of things, we don't use apostrophe, we use of. My table's leg was broken. This is wrong. My table's leg, this is wrong. The leg of my table was broken. Tip: don't you don't overuse apostrophe in a sentence or a piece of writing. If you use overuse contractions, this will look mechanical or unnatural. So don't overuse them. In informal words, in informal writings, we don't use informal words. In formal writings like essays or reports, we don't use informal words like kids. Kids is an informal word of children, so we don't use kids in our formal writing. Instead of kids, we will use children. We don't use okay. We don't use bucks. Instead of we should use amount of money instead of bucks. These are informal expressions we don't use in our writing. So this sign of dollar, the percentage signs are used with numerals, with when they're 50 in the form of digits. They are not alternatives of goods. They are not alternative of words. For example, the percentage of, instead of percentage word, we cannot use here only sign. The percentage of female employees has increased significantly. We don't use percentage here in the sign form. We need to use complete word percentage. So look at the description box for updates and link to my Facebook groups. Like and comment to encourage me. Share with other students to help them, and subscribe and press bell icon to get more videos on vocabulary, grammar, writing, speaking, listening and reading courses. Thank you very much.